Hello Internet, welcome back to phototherapy. It's been a while. I haven't really talked on one of these in a hot minute. The last one I did was with this lens that you're seeing rolling right now. If you've watched my anamorphic videos, the Suri 50mm. In that one, I was talking about how how shooting manual made it feel like driving a stick shift, and I just wanted to experiment with that. So I bought a fully manual lens, the Meike, I think is how you say it, 25f 1.8. Here's some photos that I haven't shown on here yet. My son Atlas was born on July 2nd. This is just a little bit of his, I think that was his 4-week photos. Been out just shooting as I can whenever Atlas isn't going crazy. I got to witness a cave proposal. One of my old work friends wanted me to capture it for her, and I did that. That was interesting. That was quite a hike. I wish I would have recorded that one. But yeah, so we had to go to a bigger city hospital for Atlas. He had a lymph node swollen. Everything looked okay. They just wanted to make sure. So we stopped by this place. This is in Huntsville, Alabama. This is Green Mountain Nature Trail. Pretty place. I've been here a few times. I think I have videos back on my channel from here. Just an easy one to go to and walk around. A lot of these first few shots, you can tell I'm kind of like trying to figure out where the manual focus is going to be at. I use peaking. It's easier in video than it is in photo for me for some reason. But yeah, these are all JPEG straight out of camera. Didn't crop or anything on these ones. I was using for this first bit, this is a Fuji Weekly recipe, Kodak Gold. I do know that it is, you use classic chrome, you throw the white balance, shift, warm, and you mess with the highlights and shadows a little bit. So when we first got here, we were going to try to use a stroller, and Atlas was not having it, so we had to turn right back around, and my wife Jasmine carried him, bless her heart, because she didn't have the wrap. This place has had more people than I remember ever seeing before. I guess because of coronavirus, there's nothing else to do really. A lot of these Fuji recipes are kind of high contrast, which is always hard to do on a bright day like this one, because you want to get details in the shadows and the highlights, and you can't really do that. So yeah, I guess what I should have done was played with it a little bit and got it a little bit less contrasty, turn down the highlights maybe, but I didn't do that because I'm not a smart man. The covered bridge over there, that was what made me want to come here this first time. I think that was back in like 2017 maybe. Just really looks just visually cool. I like the reflections. The water's always still here unless it's just a super windy day, but all the trees kind of like block that, so the water usually stays pretty still, so you can get some pretty cool reflections. Just a little shot there. I mean, that's the easy one to take. Not cropping on this one, so all of my mistakes you can see when I fail to put someone where they need to be, when I don't compose right, it's all there. I kind of got the itch to start doing these again because it looks like a lot of people are starting to kind of do this idea. I got it from I think Stock Easy. I think that's who I first saw that made me want to make one of these, but I'm seeing a lot of people kind of start doing the point of view GoPro in the chest kind of style. So they're always fun to watch. I like seeing other people's ideas and see if I can translate it into my own work. Shooting this while having a baby in tow was a whole lot harder than I figured it would be. Atlas is a crybaby. It's almost like he is an infant.
Okay. Maybe human interest first then.
Try to center that chapel sign in the clearing. Figured that would look cool. This is just a little bit of human interest. I took a few shots with this one. I do miss autofocus. I will say that. Like, as fun as it is to shoot full manual, I mean, it slows you down a lot. Definitely not something you'd want to do for street unless you were going to try to do something like hyperfocal. But one thing I do like about these cheap lenses is the I don't know, like, I mean, there's just something about them that I just love. The color feels different. The way the background is out of focus just feels different. You know, it's almost like a vintage lens a lot of times. I'm going to skip through a lot of the photos I took of this right here. I'm just going to show you the few that I did that looked good to me. This church is always, there's something I want to do with this and I can never actually like nail it. But it is a very cool spot. I feel like if I had to do my wedding all over again, I'd try to get married here. My first shot was out of focus AF because it's hard to manual focus on the fly. I mean, if anything, this will definitely help get you better at manual focusing, like if you're wanting to do some video as well. This is one where I kind of feel like the lower angle adds a little bit to it. Gives you a sense of scale with how big the trees are. People tell me Atlas looks just like me. And I'd have to agree, I guess. And he really got my eyes segue into this one. I didn't press record. I pressed take a picture on the Osmo, so I had to just show that one. But yeah, these are just going to be a bunch of nature shots. When it cools down, if masks are still a thing when it cools down, I would love to go back into a city and shoot. But I mean, it's with the virus and everything. It's just so hard. My area is getting hit a whole lot harder on this second wave than it did on the first wave. Working at a hospital, you really see it a whole lot more. And being in the South, people want to say that it's not real, which is always fun. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just wish it'd cool down and then it'd be great. But I just feel like something about this shot, like the way everything looks on these kinds of shots. I don't know. I mean, a perfect lens, quote unquote, I don't know that it would really give you the look that these give. I think the last time I came here, this bridge was not here. And this place floods a lot if it rains. And I mean, I just like the contrast of the green with the natural wood. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm about to just flash a bunch of these, I think. Just a bunch of my favorite ones. My friend Kyle likes to make fun of me for only shooting portrait. So shout out to Kyle. I'm not going to stop, but I will start shooting landscape orientation as well, I reckon. There's a little human interest right there. My wife is always going to have to be the human interest, I guess. I guess in other news for me, I'm putting together a group of buddies that we're trying to make a short film. So you may see something about that in the future. It's very hard. It's very hard to get everything to line up how it needs to, especially whenever you try to kind of go over the top with it. So I may have to change my plans, but I feel like it'd be a cool script if I could get it right. Try to punch in right there to show you the magnified close focus. It's just a little bit soft, but I mean, I don't know. I just like it. Like the way, like it feels like it's almost like that swirly look that you get from like the Helios 44-2.
Yep. Probably some like,
I'm about to take a shot of these spider webs. These were everywhere. I don't know if these are like a specific kind of spider, if this is just what they look like here, but they were everywhere, and I am not a fan of spiders, just in case you didn't know. That's the second one, the second shot, because I missed focus on the first one. Another segue. Didn't record this one either, because I'm a noob and don't know what I'm doing, and I need help, professional help. I'm still trying to manual focus. I mean, the peaking on the Fuji is great, but I don't know, sometimes I feel like even on the low setting it just peaks a little bit too much, and you can't really tell what's in focus. But man, I mean, I just like these vintage lenses, man. I don't know. I mean, this isn't even a vintage lens, but it really feels like one. I wish this shot right here was a little bit warmer. Maybe a little bit of sun. But if you go back and watch, or watch one of my recent videos before Atlas, you can see this spot right here. This is where me and Jasmine twirled for one of my transitions. And then once again, I have to shoot through things and make frames where they aren't, because that's who I am as a human. I've accepted that. And then I'm trying to get the leading lines of these chairs to match up with her. I'll have to get her to move over to the right spot.
Hey, Jasmine. Could you step like 4 feet to your right? Maybe like take a side step to your left. Right there.
So there's a couple from above, but I really do think framing her with the chairs, I think that just looks pretty cool. She was making a TikTok, which is just all I hear all day is TikTok videos, which is not my cup of tea. There's a little bit of texture, but that just ain't my thing, man. I don't know. On this next shot, I think I get the horizon a little bit off, because it's, I mean, whenever you don't hide your mistakes, it's pretty easy to see them. I feel like that's a little bit slanted. It may not be. I may be overthinking that. But whatever. This little cabin was pretty cool. I don't think you can actually stay in these or anything. I think they're just kind of there. So these are just a couple. I did one kind of dark, and then I do one brighter, letting the lens flare show up. I know people are just super against lens flares. I've always liked lens flares. I just feel like they're cool. If used the right way or used for a reason. But like, I mean, of course, if you're trying to shoot something that's more professional, I guess that would look cheap. But that's the thing about these. I'm not shooting to be professional. I'm shooting to try to make something that I can look back at and like. I wish I would have got a picture of this whale, but I only got a picture of the moss on the roof of it. Now at this point, Atlas was crying pretty hard, so I was just trying to take a few shots on the way back. We're pretty close to the end when you get to the covered bridge if you went the way we went. So we just try to get him fed and changed and get back to the car. Bless his heart. I do like that shot though, with the window and everything. I think that looks pretty cool. Trying to take a bunch of shots through that window, but I mean, just the way the light looked, it wasn't ever really good. Saw some turtles though, a lot of turtles. This next one was one of the shots that I kind of like. To take the most is those minimalistic shots of whatever. I like shots like that. I don't know if that's just like a personal problem with me, but I really do like those. This is one of those things about photography that I guess I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people would like that first shot the most. I think I shot that about 2.8. I stopped down to f8 to get the whole plant in focus. And I know people like shadow depth of field, but I feel like you lose a lot of detail when you do stuff like that. But I mean, I think that's like what people look for, is like how out of focus is your background. If it's not out of focus enough, then what are you even doing? So at this point we had Atlas a little bit calmed down, but he was, we were still trying to hoof it back to the car. So I just took a few more shots of her, and we kind of hightailed it back. I did take shots all the way back to the car that I'm just going to flash on the screen now, but this does get to the end of the video. I do have some other fun videos coming up with some new lenses. I think that's about it. I appreciate anyone for watching. If you want more of these, please do hit that like button, subscribe to me. I feel like this is going to be how I do the vlog situation, because I don't like being in front of the camera. But anyways, I will see you guys next time. Peace.